Hey everyone, this is Ben from Cheddarflow, and I thought today would be a perfect day to do a monthly recap video for the entire month of August. The beauty of Cheddarflow is you can look at all the flow on the historical flow page right here, and you can go all the way back as far as you want, as many months as you want, and you can have a filter on the side here to change whatever kind of features you want, whether it be even more premium, if you want bigger size trade, the expiration date here, and you can look back and see kind of like what happened, and then also check with your charts over here in order to see like what happened with that follow through along with the flow. So it's a really useful tool to use Cheddarflow, not only for trades in the future, but also to look back and figure out kind of like why these moves happened in the first place. And that's kind of my goal in this video. So yeah, we'll get right into this right now. So for the first stock that I wanted to talk about today, it is AMD. This month of August was absolutely insane for AMD. And you can see right here with the call flow in general, I went all the way back to the start of August, August 1st right here, all the way to the day today, August 29th. And this call flow, as I'm just scrolling down through it, is just absolutely insane. Literally 80% to 20% in terms of call to put ratio on just over $100,000 premium orders. On this call flow here. I had it filtered, by the way. As you can see up here, it's if you click the filters, then go to advanced, you can change the amount of premium you want to see. So if you want to see 25,000 plus, you can see that you can do 100,000 plus, you can do 500,000 plus, but I like to go to 100,000 plus premium in the orders, and then you hit apply right there, and you can see all of it right here on Cheddarflow. But this has been absolutely absurd for AMD. Like the amount of calls with over 100,000 premium in this month alone has just been incredible. We could just see through scrolling through it. There's even some over $1 million premium orders with a really, really tight expiration as well, like going into September and October. So that just shows that these people are really bullish on this stock. And certainly that was rightfully so, because if we go over to our chart right here on TrendSpider, you can see this massive move that we had right here on the daily chart going right into August. This is the start of August right here. And it just had a really well done follow through. Then we hit this top point, kind of had that little bit of a pullback, which obviously makes sense because after a huge move like this, it makes sense that we had a pullback. And we continue to see some pretty good daily call flow going into this stock. And we actually just broke out this past week right now. So we broke out of this bull flag pennant formation that I had right here, had a daily close over the pennant, which is key, because just because it gets over it doesn't mean that it's actually breaking out or not. You actually have to have that daily close over the level, and it had that confirmation right off of that daily close. And now this next week going into September, we could see AMD be even more bullish just with how good the chart looks right now. So we're definitely going to have to look at the call flow throughout this entire month as well. But August was just super bullish for AMD. So anybody that was in that trade, props to you. That was really well done. Second ticker that I want to talk about in this video today, and this is a massive fan favorite as we saw it actually going into the latter part of the August month, SPRT. I feel bad for the shorts and bears on this stock because this one has been absolutely insane. If we just look at the chart really quick, this was parabolic, like literally start of August. We go right here. You can see in the bottom over here what the day is, by the way. Start of August, August 2nd, price is $574 on that day. It went all the way, all the way up. I need to keep going down. It goes all the way up until almost $60 on the ticker, which is just insane. It had a pretty weak day once it hit 60, but still $5 all the way to 60 is an insane trade on this. And you can see right here, the bulls were really going hard into this. You could see over $1 million premiums, over $2 million premium, $7 million premium. Insane right here. All these are institutional orders, so they were pretty bullish on this. And you could just see all of these were just, oh my gosh, $10.9 million premium order. These guys were just hammering the tape on this. This is insane. I have not actually looked back on this for the recap. I'm just looking at it right now. This is insane with all these 2 million plus, 6 million plus. That's insane. So you could just see right here, the bulls were in control of this thing, especially on August 27th, as you can see right here. This thing just kept cranking up and up and up. So this is really bullish to see all of these right here. And you can see just going back further, they had some pretty big prints as well. This is also August 27th. And you can just see further we go back, you can see that there's even more bullish prints that are leading up into this massive move that we had the last 2 days. This was Thursday of this past week, and then this was Friday where we had the massive move. So just doing a recap on this, what can we learn from it? Really, what we can learn is going all the way back to prior to the pump. Were we seeing any unusual call flow? And if we look back on the chart, what kind of date was prior to that big pump? I'd say it's about like August 19th, August 20th. That was leading up into it. So if we go back and look at the day, because the day's right here, and scroll back because there's a lot of prints from there. If we look back, let's say the 18th right here, we were starting to see some pretty big call flow from institutions right here. Pretty good volume to open interest ratio. They were very bullish on the time horizon as well because the expiration was coming up. Bigger premiums as well. So this is really bullish going into it. And this is something as a trader, if you saw this appear, especially with a stock that has a short interest of 70%, at the time, this is going to be something that maybe you want to check out more, keep it on watch at least, or even take a position in. So that's something that we can learn from it. And then all the way up here, if we go back to this is just showing us follow through. So if you wanted to go long, this is perfect to see because this means that a lot of people are buying into it. Volume on those calls is up, as well as the underlying stock price, and that just means you got to hold that long and continue to hold as you see your profits go through. So SPRT, guys, crazy stock for the month of August, and congratulations if anybody held this one. Lastly, for the video today, I want to go over SPY, so the S&P 500. This one has obviously always a lot of call and put flow. So if I were to go all the way back to like the start of August, we can change, go from August 1st to the Friday there, so August 6th. You can see up here, it was a little bit of bearishness going into August just because people were coming off of like a super bullish month of July. It was pretty crazy. So you can see 43% to that 57%. And then if we go all the way until now and just get like a good reference for this entire month, you can see that it still has stayed fairly bearish in terms of the put flow to call flow. Although if you look at the chart, S&P 500 has continued to go up. This entire month. If you go all the way back to August 2nd, which is right here, we've seen it continue to grind upwards, and it looks pretty good going into the month of September. So all of these, a lot of events happen, so that a lot of these could be hedges because you have to remember the big hedge funds like to hedge their positions, and retail does as well. But they like to hedge their positions going into big news events, and we had job report numbers on throughout August. We had our Jackson Hole happen on Friday, and it ended up being bullish, it seems, on the daily chart here. And then also we had various other news happen as well. We saw like news with the Taliban and everything. The market didn't like it during one day, but then the next day it was green. So it seems that the market is still bullish for the time being. Although September, in terms of seasonality, is a pretty bearish month. So we're going to have to be watching on what hedges are doing in terms of hedging. And then also look at our dark pool, because anything that's like well over $1 billion in the dark pool, and when we're getting closer to like resistance points, is probably going to be selling by these institutions. So definitely going to have to look for that in S&P 500. And then also flow, if you see anything big on SPY for the flow on here, which you can just change to the filter, by the way, like I shared with you earlier. I normally like to go over $1 million in premium just because these are typically big institutions that have a lot of money to play around with. So anything under that is kind of irrelevant. So I like to look at this. And we've seen pretty mixed orders as well, but this is going to be something just to watch for in the month of September. As we get closer to 460, that's like a pretty sizable resistance. So if you are trading any of the indexes, the SPX index 4,600 is kind of my like danger zone. Anything between 4,580 and 4,600 is a pretty hard resistance. So I'm going to be watching the tape like crazy once we hit that level. If we do, of course, I'll be looking at dark pool prints and then as well as option flow on here. And then potentially we may have to get into a short position at that level because every single September so far has been kind of bearish. And then also we've been cranking up and up and up for so long right now. If we just look at the monthly chart really quick here, look at this thing. S&P 500 has just been cranking for so long right now. A correction is just healthy to continue that upward momentum. So certainly going to be looking for that, but do not force anything. We just play it by the flow and the chart. And that'll tell us what to do. So that'll be it for me today in this video, though. Hope you guys enjoyed the monthly recap because August was just insane overall. And hopefully September is going to be insane for all of us as well. So if you are interested in using our products, just go to cheddarflow.com and you can buy our subscription. And then also, if you do like TrendSpider, you can go there as well because you do have to match your TA or your technical analysis with the option flow in order to have the best probability of being successful as a trader. So I will see you guys in the next video.